This week on Outdoor Bound TV, we see the first part of a three-part series on managing your property for whitetails and other wildlife. We bring in the experts to design a management plan for a hunting property in central Wisconsin. Then we head to northern Minnesota with Reed Yellatello of Wings and Walleyes Guide Service to try our hand at Lake Winnipegosh walleyes. Oh, yeah!
All right.
Awesome. What a big old beast. 75 yards.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Minnesota Power, Team Smackdown Outdoors, Meyer Recreational Buildings, and Canada Outdoor Adventures.
Environmental stewardship runs deep at Minnesota Power. We value clean air and water while delivering safe, reliable, and affordable electricity that enhances your comfort, security, and quality of life. Minnesota Power, powering the pace
Of industry.
Of business. Of life.
Team Smackdown Outdoors. Team Smackdown Outdoors, leading the way in custom outdoor art.
At Meyer Recreational Buildings, you'll get a certified building experience where we assure you a worry-free, guaranteed, high-quality recreational building. Designed by outdoorsmen like you, Meyer Recreational Buildings are built with the highest quality American-made materials. Build with confidence. Build with Meyer.
My name is Jeff Meyer from Meyer Recreational Buildings. Call me today for a better way to build.
Visit our website at meyerrecreational.com and pick out your design today. Offering professionally guided, all-inclusive packages, Canada Outdoor Adventures is a U.S.-based company specializing in great hunting adventures in Alberta, British Columbia, New Zealand, and beyond. Whether you're seeking that trophy of a lifetime, planning a hunt for you or your group, or taking your son or daughter on their first adventure, let Canada Outdoor Adventures handle all the details for you. To contact a pro staff member near you, visit our website. Canada Outdoor Adventures, the adventure of a lifetime.
Hi everyone, welcome to Outdoor Bound TV. I'm your host, Kurt Walbeck. On this week's show, we get to see the first of a three-part series on managing your property for whitetails and other wildlife. And then we head to northern Minnesota with our good friend Reed Yellatello of Wings and Walleyes Guide Service. Now Reed is taking us out on Lake Winnipegosh for some of those great Lake Winnie walleyes. On part one of the Wisconsin Food Plot Project, we take a typical central Wisconsin property and have the experts from Michigan's Killer Food Plots examine the location and develop the strategies for managing the property for better whitetail habitat and to provide some supplemental food plot locations around the property. Let's meet Nick Percy from Killer Food Plots right now.
Hi, I'm Nick Percy, owner of Killer Food Plots. At Killer Food Plots, we develop premier whitetail habitat as we create an entry and exit strategy to and from stands for the property owner. That is the basis on which we build everything around. So we look at everything that's going on and we build our food plot piece, our entry and exit stands, our bedding, and all those pieces are strategically laid out on your property, and we try to expand the boundaries by what's going on out there. So that corn, those soybeans, other cover and other properties, it's all crucial pieces to the puzzle. When I come onto a piece of property to evaluate it, some of the things that I look at is timber management. I look at the timber, I look at the health of the timber. And that plays into what's the health of the forest floor, because that's what's crucial. You can't have a see-through from one end to the other park effect woods and expect to hold much wildlife, whitetails or any other for that matter. How many does can we hold? Because when it comes prime time to hunt, that's where the bucks are going to be, wherever the does are. On this farm here in Wisconsin, we're dealing with heavy ag area. And so we also, on the particular piece of property, we have a big marsh. So a lot of bedding, holding capacity there for the deer. What we want to do is we want to catch those deer and stop them moving from the marsh to the ag fields. We're going to actually create travel corridors for the deer. We're going to direct them where we want them to be, right into our plots or by our stand. We're going to also split the plot up so that we slow those bucks down before they move out into the ag fields, and they have to traverse the entire food plot, giving us the optimum opportunity to harvest them. The corn and the soybeans are a very critical part of a whitetail's diet. It's a good thing that you get to benefit from something you're not paying to put in or fertilize, etc. What you want to do is you want to provide early spring food plots, and you want to provide later season food plots. So the different types of food plots that you can have are destination food plots, snack plots, or kill plots, whichever you prefer. You need to lay out your food plots in areas close to bedding for certain times of the year. You want long food plots, you want traversing food plots, you don't want big square openings. Deer don't feel comfortable moving around in big wide open areas. So smaller, longer, and traversing food plots will produce more daytime movement by your whitetails. It's very important to obviously get the deer up on their feet as early as possible to give opportunity to view the deer, to correctly identify the deer that you're looking to harvest, and to get them in front of you. So in the layout, those are some of the things we take into account. You want to look at the soil consistency. Is it really sandy? Is it very, is it wet? And your plant can have wet feed or dry feed. You need to have sufficient sunlight. You need to have roughly 6 hours a day minimum on your food plot, depending on the forage or type you're trying to grow. So you want to look at those things before you decide, hey, I just have this opening in the woods and I want to put a food plot there. And determining whether you purchase the equipment to put in food plots or you hire it done, I guess you need to ask yourself a few different questions. How long are you going to be doing it? Do you own the piece of property? You're looking at several $1,000s to buy equipment. Regardless if you already own your own quad or your own tractor, versus paying several $100s to have killer food plots come out. We bring more than just putting in your food plot. We bring 20 plus years of experience in helping you be successful right out of the gate.
Many of the plot locations that Nick designed on our food plot project were choked with brush, long grass, stumps, and trees. So we turned to the experts at Makowski Brush Service. Now MBS specializes in power line and right-of-way clearing, but they have just the right piece of equipment to solve our dilemma. This machine roughed in and cultivated 6 acres of food plots in less than 6 hours. What was left was a fine mixture of mulch and soil ready to plant.
What are essential tools for putting in food plots? One is a gang disc or a rototiller. They give you a little bit different end, but those are the two that you begin with. The second tool that's important is you need to have a hand seeder. That's all you need. You don't need some big expensive drill or anything like that, just a hand seeder. The third tool, and one of the most important tools, is a cultipacker or a yard roller. When you pack your seed bed prior to putting down your small seed, you get a much better germination. You get better seed to soil contact, and you don't bury the seed too deep. When determining when to plant your fall food plots, the things you need to consider are how much moisture is in the ground and how much rainfall is there going to be. You need to make sure you have those two things. You need to have moisture to germinate your seed and you need to have the rainfall to maintain the life of the plant and to achieve its full growth. September 6th time frame, or Labor Day weekend, somewhere in there, is basically the cutoff point for your fall plantings. That will allow enough time before the killing frost set in for your plant to reach its full potential. Crucial steps in doing a food plot are, the first step is doing soil testing, so you know what your soil consistency is. The number one thing that most guys skip is they think I can throw just more fertilizer, is you need a soil test. It's usually $18 to $20. It gives you a fully comprehensive understanding of what's going on in the soil, or somebody who can translate it for you, and you will save yourself a lot of time and hundreds of dollars by doing a soil test. You need to spray and kill off your vegetation, weeds, etc. that it's competition for your food plot. You need to then apply the soil correction that your soil test recommends, whether it's lime or potash. Then you work up the ground, either disc it or rototill that into the ground. One of the key steps is make sure that you don't rototill or disc too deep and turn up too much sand into your food plot. Once you've got your seed bed prepared, cultipack your whole food plot.
Be sure to catch part 2 of our food plot series next week when Josh Gens from G2 Outdoor Products is here to help us decide which seed blend is the best choice for each of our plots, and we put the finishing touches on our planting.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Mission by Matthews, True Fire Releases, Tactacam, and G2 Outdoor Products.
This is my life. The weekend warrior. No more production lines or deadlines. This is why I work 5 days a week. I need speed, power, precision. I expect no less than the best. This is my best. This is my chance. This is my mission.
Simple, efficient, powerful. Mission by Matthews.
Well, Mark, I gotta hand it to you. I am loving my TrueFire Hardcore.
I wouldn't steer you wrong, brother.
Not only is this thing extremely accurate on the range, its features are deadly in the field.
What I noticed, whether you're sweating shooting does in the early season or shivering when that late season buck comes in, that jaw cannot come off that loop. I love my TrueFire Hardcore.
Wait, what do you got there?
That's a hardcore forefinger.
Give me that.
Not this time, brother.
The TrueFire Hardcore, available at your local retailer.
Ben, what do you have on the front of your bow?
This is the new Tactacam HD video camera and bow stabilizer, all in one. It features one-touch easy recording in a waterproof housing, and it comes with universal mounting with a rechargeable battery.
Film your hunt hands-free in full HD.
That's incredible. Where do you find those?
Tactacam is available to purchase on our website or at an outdoor retailer near you. Tactacam. Share your hunt.
G2 Outdoor Products, together with Killer Food Plots, is the proven choice for superior whitetail forage and habitat creation. Killer Food Plots provides property consultation and timber management to create the premier whitetail habitat. G2 specializes in advanced blends of U.S.-made food plot seed with some of the highest germination rates in the industry. All of G2's food plot blends are genetically enhanced to maximize lush forage while providing a high level of protein and nutrition for your deer.
Hey everyone, we love to see the photos of the animals you harvest and the fish you catch here on Outdoor Bound TV. Well, this season, our friends at Petrix Service Station have once again teamed up with Mike Liga Taxidermy to bring you some great prizes just for submitting your photos to the show.
Simply log on to the Outdoor Bound TV website, click on the Submit Photo button, and all the instructions and contest rules are right there. All animal photos submitted will be entered into the Hunting Grand Prize Drawing, a Remington Model 700-270 rifle, compliments of Petrix Service Station. All fish photos submitted will be entered into the Fishing Grand Prize Drawing, a professional fish mounting, compliments of Mike Liga Taxidermy. All entries must be received by December 1st to qualify.
And remember, you can't win if you don't submit your photos. Here are this week's Outdoor Bound TV viewer photos.
name's Rito Otello. I guide out of Grand Rapids, Minnesota. I own and operate Wings and Walleyes Guide Service in northern Minnesota. We're on Big Winnie today. We're going to be targeting walleyes and some sandgrass and some rocks. If the wind blows, we're going to focus on some rocks, probably on the west shore if the wind doesn't get too bad. It's overcast. Hopefully beat the rain today. We're going to be fishing anywhere from 10 to 6 feet of water. And like I said, we're going to be in sandgrass, shallow, snap jigging with jig and a minnow. Water temps anywhere from 58 to 60 degrees. There's a lot of bait moving around. With the zebra mussels, we can't trap spot-tail shiners out of Winnie after a certain date. So there'll be a lot of bait on the graph. If you see a school of bait, don't be afraid to stop and fish that school of bait, because typically the walleyes will be close by. And like I said, we're just going to be using a spot-tail shiner and a jig and a minnow, and that should do the trick. Don't be scared to throw on a Lindy rig. I know you guys love Lindy rigging, so that'll be one of your go-to baits, I'm sure. We've been using this to jig and a minnow. This is a real bait jig with a spot-tail shiner. It's got a flasher on it. Adds a little flash, a little shine in the water. Typically get a few more bites on a jig like this than a original round ball jig. And then we're just going to hook it straight through the head, into the mouth, through the head, and I'll just dangle on there, and then that flasher will just go right behind your bait, and then when you're jigging, that will just spin and add flash to your minnow. Today we are fishing on Lake Winnipegosh in Deer River, Minnesota area. We're targeting walleyes today. The technique we're using is a jig and a minnow, and we're using spot-tail shiners with the real bait flasher jigs today. Seem to be doing the trick. We're fishing anywhere from 7 feet of water to 10 feet of water. The water temp is 57.6 degrees. We had a late spring this year, so these fish are still holding in sandgrass and gravel. And going in the live well. Walleyes we're catching today are staging up in the sandgrass where gravel and a little bit of vegetation meet each other right on this fine break here. The temperature is fairly chilly today. We got overcast clouds. Hopefully the sun pokes out here. We got an okay chop. The boat's moving between anywhere from 0.4 to 0.6 on a nice drift here. Long drifts makes it easy for drifting and putting walleyes in the boat.
Well, we're picking up a lot of fish on the graph right now. You can see the graph is just full. And I don't know if you can tell or not, but there's probably about 50 to 60 boats around us. And everyone is in the fish. When you look around at any one time, there's probably 6 or 7 boats around us that also have fish on. So it's certainly a great day to be fishing here in Lake Winnipegosh in northern Minnesota.
That's a nice
Good
one,
fish.
Kurt. Staying deep. Good sign. Oh, that's it. White tip. There you go. Another nice Winnie walleye. Out here on Lake Winnipegosh, northern Minnesota, jigging a minnow. Wind picked up a little bit. We got the walleye chop, like people say. This is exactly what we're looking for. Nice, healthy walleyes. This one's going to be close to 17. Remember that slot limit is 17 to 26. If it touches 17, it goes back into the lake. If it's under 17, it's going into live well for the grease release. Just under 17. Here on Lake Winnipegosh, northern Minnesota, there's a slot limit. So if you catch a walleye and you measure it on your bump board and it touches 17, it must immediately go back to the water. You can have 1 over 26 per Minnesota license. So you could have 5 fish under 17 and that 1 trophy fish if you choose to take it, which makes it real nice. You get a lot of 14, 15, 16-inch fish for the fry pan. And then you get them bonus fish from anywhere from 17 to 22, which is a great picture fish, and everybody loves to bring a picture and a memory back home. So makes it real good with a slot limit on these lakes to protect the lakes and us people that try to do this for a living. You bet. Good. I feel like one for the fry pan, hopefully.
Right there is a very typical Lake Winnipegosh in northern Minnesota walleye. Now we're fishing with a jig and a minnow here. We're in about a 6 or 7 foot flat. These walleyes are coming in for feeding, and as you can see, just a beautiful fish, beautiful colors. You see the dark spot on the back of the fin here, and really big shoulders on these fish. You can see how wide they are. And I tell you what, Reed knows exactly where these big walleyes live. We've only been out here a short time and he's already put us on some pretty good fish. So looking forward to a great day here on Lake Winnie in northern Minnesota. Folks, stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages with more Outdoor Bound TV from Lake Winnipegosh, northern Minnesota. Awesome walleye.
Hey, do you want to stay up to date on the cast and crew of Outdoor Bound TV? Find them on Facebook, or you can log on to their website, outdoorbound.tv.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Real Deal Mineral, Weiss Realty, Chilson Automotive, and MBS.
Real Deal Mineral. Deer eat it gone.
Real Deal Mineral is the real deal. It contains less than 7% salt and more of the minerals deer need for proper gestation. And it's a great way to ensure that your deer are getting the proper vitamins and minerals they need to grow big horns.
We started using Real Deal Mineral on our farm this year, and the results, well, they speak for themselves.
Real Deal Mineral. Check out our website or a dealer near you.
Weiss Realty will find the perfect property for you. The entire Weiss team of agents brings expert knowledge from every aspect of the outdoors and specializes in hunting land in rural properties. Whether it's hunting, fishing, farming, logging, or construction, we have the answers to your questions. Buying or selling, hunting or farmland.
Contact a land specialist from the Weiss team today. Weiss Realty. We cover a lot of ground.
Since 1999, Makowski Brush Service has been specializing in right-of-way clearing for power, gas, fiber optic, cable lines, and railroads. MBS is your complete brush and tree removal company, and we also clear woods roads and food plots. Whether working on residential tree trimming or commercial projects, MBS utilizes the most advanced equipment and environmentally friendly clearing methods available. MBS, clearing the way to reliable energy. Visit our website for more information.
Archery equipment provided for Outdoor Bound TV by Mission by Matthews, TrueFire Releases, Optimizer by HHA Sports, and Tacticam.
My name is Gail High. My husband and I own and operate Bowen Lodge on Lake Winnipegosh in northern Minnesota. We have a beautiful resort here. We're located actually on 3 lakes, Lake Cutfoot Sioux, Lake Winnipegoshish, and Minnow Lake. The main lodge here at the resort was actually built in the 1920s. The resort has been established by the Bowens family back in the 20s. It's a beautiful piece of land here located on a 70,000 acre lake. We have 12 cabins and we have an RV park as well as tent camping. It is a world-class fishery here. You can catch northern, you can catch walleye. The state record muskie comes out of Lake Winnipegosh, a 51-pound muskie. And we also have yellow perch as well as crappies.
Nice fish, Kurt. Incredible fish. Look at that. What a beautiful fish. You know, this is just another great example of a Lake Winnipegosh walleye. We've had a ton of fun here today in northern Minnesota with Reed Dilatello and Wings and Walleye Guide Service. And if you want to give it a try, give Reed a call. Folks, join us again here next week where we'll bring you more great hunting and fishing action from around the Midwest, around the nation, and around the world, right here on Outdoor Bound TV.
We sure did. We put a lot of nice... It was my pleasure. It's always have a great time to... Reed, thanks for Gaiden.
Cut.
The whole thing again? Oh.